20 years of great family outdoor entertainment. Stay tuned now for the Smoky Mountain Outdoorsman. You know you can search this whole world over, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a more beautiful place than these mountains we call home. Here in the Smoky Mountains, we have a saying: if you're lucky enough to live in these mountains, you're lucky enough.
Then I was really hooked. If you need to try to find me now on the waters where now I fished all over this great land in all kinds of fishing holes. Caught every kind of fish there is with every kind of pole. If there's one thing I have learned in life, it's always fish the hatch. And the best fish you will ever land might be the next one that you catch. So I'm somewhere fishing out in God's great outdoors, admiring all his handiwork, sitting just off of some shore. With a good bass boat beneath me, rod and reel in my hand. God is great, the fishing's good, and I'm a lucky man. God is great, the fishing's good, ain't I a lucky man?
Water's fine. Water's fine. I can see that plug.
I got one.
Got one, got a fish. All right. Oh, let's swing that dude up here. Old red plug. That's a pretty one.
Largemouth.
Yeah, largemouth. Well, here we are. We good? We're out here. If y'all know anything about me, you always find me playing in the mud. I'm back out here again. We've had a bunch of rain, and lakes come up and got muddy, got real warm, and hopefully we're going to get out here and catch some on some crawdad imitating crankbaits today. So we're out here in late winter. We've had a really nice warming trend. You look at the water and see that we got a bunch of rain recently, several inches in the last week, and so it's one of my favorite times of the year, and it's usually a time when you can catch a lot of fish in shallow water. These fish that have been kind of wintering out chasing bait and that kind of stuff, you know, for the last couple of months. You get that flow of warm water coming in, you get some sunshine and some color in the water or stain, then they'll come to the bank. And water gets above 50, I think they start changing their focus from bait fish that they've been on all winter to crawfish. And they'll come to the banks. And so that's kind of what we're doing. We're out here looking for those crawdad eaters that have moved up to the bank. You'll see in the footage, the main river channel has got really muddy and possibly too muddy for what we want to do. So we've come back in a creek. It's been two and a half, 3 days since it rained. So the backs of some of the creeks are starting to clear out a little bit. So that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. The other option you have on these mountain lakes when the tops of them get muddy is to work your way downstream till you get where the clear and the muddy water starts mixing. So that might be what we do next if this doesn't pan out. But right now we're going to run some of these creeks and see if we can get some of these fish moving up. I got one.
Oh, come over. That's a mean one.
Yep. He took me all over the boat. Come on out from under there, boy. I don't know where he is. That's a little bit better one. Yeah. He got him a mouthful of crawdad. Look at there. All right. I like it when they get that front hook. It means they want it.
That's right.
That's a pretty one right there. Look at that tail flapping in the wind. All right, thank you, buddy. Back in there. Dude, he smoked that thing. He jarred it.
Yeah.
You saw him come off the main. I thought
He's really fast.
I thought I was gonna knock you out of the mouth. I thought it was a smallmouth. He didn't like it when that hook stung him. I hope not.
Ton of minnows out here, man.
And what?
Minnows.
You see them on the
Yeah, they're
scope?
running from the plug. And
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah.
Plug runners. This is that color water that when your eyes get old, you can't see your line against it. It's just gone. That's you, Jake? Must be your phone.
Mine's turned off, I think.
It ain't my ringtone.
I thought I turned the sound off.
I better make the whole show right there. Whole show. Right there in that little clear spot.
There he is.
Okay, here we go. Is he in the motor?
No. Just really mean. It's a largemouth.
Is that a largemouth?
It sure
Well,
is.
it's a
It sure
good one.
wasn't acting like it.
He still ain't. You sure he's a large one?
Yeah,
No, I
sure
mean, I'm
is.
just kidding. It's a good one right there, dude. Yeah. I mean, get
How
him.
fat.
Yeah, fat as mud.
Leaf and all. Get him leaf and all.
I got him. Look here. Bass, red oak, red plug.
Pretty good combination.
You ought to feel that dude, how fat, how heavy he is.
That's awesome.
That's a pretty fish. Got fat.
It's good to see East Tennessee with some fat fish still.
But yeah, it is. Look, got them black spots on his tail. And he's pretty. But again, we're just out here chasing these conditions, looking for the right watercolor, looking for a place we can fish because of the leaves. But they're moving up like we think they should be. You got me.
There's one.
Here we go.
That's
Oh, that's what
smallmouth.
we're after. You gonna get him?
Yeah, you better get him. He just
Okay.
got one hook.
All right. I don't know if I want him.
He's hooked better than I thought he was.
Huh?
He's hooked better than I thought he was.
He ain't no more. Oh, one of them come out. Look at there. That's a good one, buddy.
All right.
I got
Say what you want to about a smallmouth, but they know how to fight.
They do. Look at that thing. He's fat. Got him on that crawdad color crankbait, just like we're playing. Nice fish right there. Little gold speck there on their gills. I love that. Just trying to hide that one. All right, here you go, buddy. Thank you. All right. Plug came unhung. Can't beat that. Catch a fish and get unhung at the same time.
Oh, were you hung?
Yeah, I hung the whole time. You think I wouldn't have caught that fish if I hadn't have been hung?
This is the Bass Chaplain, and I hope to see you on the road.
Hey, this is Chris Wells, the Bass Chaplain, and over the years now I have seen you on the road lots of times when we do my little segment on the road. But today, I'm just kind of sitting here in my rocking chair, kick back, taking it easy, just listening to the sounds of the stillness. You know, that's one of the most important things about God. God says, if you really want to know me, you have to be still. As a matter of fact, he says it like this in the Bible. He says, be still and know that I am God. A lot of times when I have to be out on the road, I know I put about 50,000 miles a year on my truck, but it's also good I need to remember that sometimes I just need to be still and know that he is God.
So, a shark. A shark can swim faster than me. You agree with that? But on dry land, if we was running, I could probably outrun a shark. So I was thinking about it. If me and a shark was in a triathlon, it'd come down to the bike ride. Just saying. But think about it. Who you pulling for, me or the shark? Who you betting on? I know you're pulling for the shark, but look here, fish, fish, fish. Yeah, short lined it. Let him go.
Tail walker.
The tail walker. I mean, here he comes, coming in.
Dude, that is so much fun.
Oh, coming in the boat. That in there ate it a little better too.
Yeah, dude. He don't care about no clean water.
No, he just wants to eat crawdads. I guess if I was in there, buddy, I'd eat it too. It looks like
Looking
good.
up at me doing that number?
Yeah,
I'd eat one.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat him. Look how fat. He's ate a few of them. All right, buddy, it's a nice one. He hit and was immediately on top, tail walking, yeah. I mean, immediately. Oh, there's a bite. Got him.
What's he doing out here? That ain't where you're supposed to be.
Got a mixed bag going on out here. What's a pretty fish right there. Beautiful fish. You know, that's the thing that you got to do. And we came up here on Norris Lake where we are. We thought we were going to catch them cranking. We've caught most of them cranking. But you got to keep a jig handy for these little laydowns that you come to.
That's what he said. Oh, I got one.
All right.
Another one, big old fast small. Oh, he come off.
Oh, dude,
They're
he
so
was,
I couldn't keep up with him.
he was digging, wasn't
Yeah, he was.
Before I got him into the boat, I looked down right here and he had one hook like this, and then he pulled off before I got him up. Look at them crows. Oh, there's another.
Hard to beat a good crow.
I like crows. But they're not zoo animals,
Yeah, they are.
according to that movie.
I seen one yesterday. Then I saw one out of the
Nope.
cage. There's one.
There we go.
Uh-oh, boys. That's
Uh-oh.
a mean one there.
There it go. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh, push the button. Should I pull it up or not?
I don't know what's going on yet. I got him. We're good.
That was a fiasco. He jumped right into that trolling motor. You're bad.
I'm sure it is. That gamma will hold him on there,
Oh,
though.
son. Look how black he is, dark. Man, he's pretty.
That gamma held him on there.
Yeah, it did. I don't know how, because that thing had to run across the blades of that trolling motor. That's a good line.
You get into some real mix-ups with a smallmouth.
Especially two of you up there cranking like we do. It gets exciting. That's a pretty smallmouth. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Man.
Beautiful.
They're all pretty, but I love them dark ones.
I like that war paint right there on the side of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Good job.
I'm gonna retie it.
Yeah, I'd retie that. It's like he knew where that trolling motor was.
Jumped right into it, man.
I should have hit the button, shouldn't I?
Another good one.
Another one of them freshwater groupers?
Yeah, they just took the water off the plug.
Yeah. I got something nice here.
This is turned in. This is fun.
Yeah, I think I caught the earth. Oh. So a minute ago, Jake, you said something about that fish taking the water off your plug.
Yeah.
I know that's a really cool feeling, but explain that to the folks what that means and what's going on when that happens.
When you're fishing a crankbait, you can feel the pull of the plug, right? So what I mean when I say taking the water off of it is they're eating it and almost putting a little slack in your line, and it just feels like all of a sudden your plug's dry, and that's because it's way back in a smallmouth's mouth, and usually you don't lose those. I don't know why I did, but usually you don't lose those.
Sometimes it feels like somebody
Yeah, it
cut
just
your
feels
line
like
with
somebody
scissors.
cut your line, yeah.
And they're coming at you. Sometimes you'll actually miss a fish, and it'll just feel, and that's how we describe it. It took the water off of it. You know, you see a fish swirl and miss a top water plug. The same thing happens down there 5-10 foot deep with a crankbait. They'll sometimes swipe at it, and if you're really in tune with your lure, you know what it feels like, then you feel that water come off the plugs. Like I said, that's what we call it. And you know, it's a good thing to know, even if you're missing them, you know, down in there, it's good to know you're getting bit, and then you can adjust.
Absolutely.
We're going to show you guys something you may have seen or not. We've been trying to hide it all day. But look down here at the floor. This is mine and Jake's boat, mostly Jake's nowadays. A fella has done some fishing when he's wore the carpet plumb out in front of the trolling motor. I mean, that's getting after it. So at some point, we're going to have to spend some money on the old boat and get her fixed up a little, but it's kind of cool.
Let's catch this fish first.
Here, you got another one. Kind of cool to know you fished enough to wear your carpet out. Better get him out of that tree. I'll tell him what to do. Well, that's a pretty, now he ate it.
He did, he ate it good.
Look at the color difference between that fish and the last one. He's more brown. 4 leaves there, and I caught one of them. Another thing to keep in mind when you're fishing like this, and this really helps when you're in these leaves like this, but anytime you're cranking, you see this bank's got all these little corners and ledges, and you don't always have, when you're throwing a crankbait, you don't always have to make a, 30, 40 yard cast, and wind it back. Sometimes, sometimes I'll make little short pitches like that up these ledges, just whatever it takes to get that plug in the strike zone. But this is a really big deal for cranking the bank. That a lot of people miss. It's just not cast and retrieve.
I got one, boys.
There's a fish right here.
Ooh.
What brand's that one?
The smallmouth.
You need help with him?
Do I need help?
Huh?
Yeah, that might be a keeper. It is.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big one.
He's got it swallowed.
Come here, buddy.
That big old thing.
Come here. If he comes up here, I'll get him. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, come here. Come here. That's a good way right there to close out this day. I mean, it was,
You mean to tell me you want to go home after something like that?
well, they got to go home. We don't. Anyway, big old smallmouth. Y'all saw how it worked. You were right here with us. We kind of had to hunt and peck around and figure out what was going on. We knew they're going to be eating crawdads. We knew they were going to be somewhere in relation to all this flow, but it kind of turned out we had to get out of it a little bit. It's still a little fresh up the river. Had to get out of it a little bit. The man right there is a good one to end it on. Beautiful fish.
Look how fat. Look at
Yeah. Look how fat. All right. Go get them. Good job.
This is Jim Bowman thanking you for watching this week's episode of the Smoky Mountain Outdoorsman. Remember, make some real memories. Take a child fishing. See you next time on SMO.